Hi, welcome to Totally Magic, the channel here at YouTube for amateur and hobbyist magicians. Got a trick for you using a deck of 52 cards here, but it's going to be slightly different. First of all, let me just show you the cards. They are just all regular cards. Now, I know that in most card tricks, magicians get you to choose a card. I don't want you to do that because I don't want you to look at your card, not just yet. So I thought what we'd do is to get you to choose a card in a totally different way. You are going to choose one of these cards, and it can be any card, it is a free choice. But I thought if I just run my thumb down the side, just call stop. Stop there, happy there. Now, most magicians will get you to remember that card that you've stopped at and you can see. But I actually want you to take this one that you haven't seen. Okay, and we're going to place that down. Now, don't look at it just yet. Okay. Now, the rest of the cards, we're going to use some of these from the shuffled deck and spread them on the table. Now, the unusual thing about this trick is that for most part of it, I'm going to be looking away from you, not to be rude, but just so that I can't see what you're doing. Okay, so we need a few cards from this shuffled deck just randomly placed on the table. One there, one there, one there. Maybe a couple there, and maybe a couple there. A bit of a mess, but you get the idea. We only want a few of these cards. Now, they do say that within cards, there is a kindred spirit. In other words, the cards can control what you actually do. We don't know that. It's a bit like when you choose a card, did you choose that card or did the cards choose you? Think about it. But we've got an array of cards. Let's have a quick look, see what we got. Okay. All right, so we've got a few cards here. Reds and blacks. Give me a colour, red or black? Red. I want you to put your finger on any of the red cards that you see. Okay. Now, I'm just going to look away over here. Now, obviously, for this trick, I don't have a spectator, so I won't look away. I will play the part of the spectator. But I look away and I'm going to guide you without looking. I want you, where your finger is, I want you to move either left or right to the nearest black card. Okay, so move left or right to the nearest black card. I then want you to move up or down to the nearest red card. Instead of going up, down, left, right, what if you go to the nearest black card in a diagonal? And then look across that row and move left or right to the nearest red. Now, you've landed on a card that I couldn't possibly know. I'm going to turn back around. Now, you've landed on this one, not a particularly high card, the 4 of hearts. Now, did you choose that or did the card choose you? You see, out of all of these cards, you finished up on this. Why? Well, remember the card you chose freely from a shuffled deck earlier on? Can you pull that out your pocket and reveal all? And look at that. The red 4 matches. And I think that is either the spirit of these cards or it's just purely magic. So here is the tutorial for this very easy trick to learn. Now, most of you will recognize the type of trick we did as one that appears for years in all magic books and they all have some variation on this, where you have a grid of cards, either 4x4, 5x5, 3x3, and people move around on there. And in fact, we've done a couple of these tricks on the channel over the past few years. You can do this via online magic or Zoom, etc. So it can be done online as well. But let me just go through what it is. Two things. You need to be able to remember the order of the cards, and 4 simple instructions. That's all you've got to do. If you've got a memory for remembering that, then this is going to be easy for you. What do you need? Well, first of all, let's go through what I did. I'm going to force a card onto a spectator. Okay, let's just use the one we used in the performance, so the 4 of diamonds. You then need the duplicate of that, the 4 of hearts, okay, the red 4, and you need another 5 red cards. You need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red cards, and you need 6 black cards. Okay, that's all you need. It doesn't matter about the cards, remember that. Now what I do is I put these two together on top. So what I've got on top here are my 2 cards. This is going to be the card I force. Okay, I've then got 6 red and 6 black, and I put these on top of the pack. So you do have a little stack, but it's only 12 cards, so it's very easy to do, even if you perform this in the middle of your magic set, because it's not going to take long to quickly cull out some cards and put them on top. Yeah, but that's it. Usual thing, I know I say it every time, but just pick your own favourite force, shuffle and cut, because you want to keep these on top, so you can do some kind of shuffling, drop that back down there, do a couple of force cuts, etc. on there. I do the slip cut force, so the card I want to force is on top. They call stop. As you pull up this packet, these fingers here are going to grip the top card as it slides it on. Can you see that? I know I'm probably teaching most of you how to do something you already know, but if you're new to magic, that's called a slip cut force. You pull the cards up and you slip that on top. You then turn this to them and say, we don't want you to pick this one because we've all seen that. I want you to take a card that you haven't seen, or any of us, and you push that off onto them. Tell them not to look at it, put the rest of the cards on there. You've forced that card. If you have an alternative way of forcing a card, then please feel free to do that. So they've now got that red 4. You know that your 12 cards are on top. 6 of them red, 6 of them black. Now the way this, oh by the way, the duplicate of this, the other red 4, is the top card. And I keep that on there because I know where it is. You're then going to appear to throw cards randomly like this on the table. Actually, you're not. In my head, and I'm going to do it my way, what I mean by that is from my point of view, not yours, okay? Because from my point of view, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now I know from your point of view, this will be the top row, but you get what I mean. In my head, I visualize this 4, 8, 12 cards, okay? 4 cards in a row, top row, middle row, bottom row, from my point of view. The red cards have got to go in position 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. I always remember that, have done for years. It's just 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, and that gives me my 6 red cards. However, card position 8 has to be this one in the 8th position. So let me just do this. So I'd say, look, I tell you what, let's just put a few cards out. I've put that in position 3. There's one in 7. There's 9. There's 8. I'll put in 1. So can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my 6 red cards. The rest of the spaces are filled in with the black cards. So make it all haphazard. I'll put 1 there, maybe 1 there, down here on that. It looks very rough the way you throw these out. The more you can exaggerate that, it just looks as though you've taken a shuffled deck and just thrown some cards out. When we turn these over, just turn them over like this. Again, try not to keep them too neat and tidy. Have them a bit messy. Sorry guys, but again, from my point of view, I'm looking at this grid. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. When I visualize this is why it's easy to remember. I just know I put the red cards in 1, 3, 4, and then the next one down is 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's it. So very simple to remember that. If I can remember it, anyone can. I can't remember where my car keys are from an hour ago. So if I can remember that, you should have no problems. Now I need them to start their finger on any red card. It doesn't matter, okay? Any red card. You'll notice that in the performance, I said to them, okay, pick a colour, red or black. You will find that majority of people pick red, in which case you just get them to put their finger on there. What if they say black? So I would phrase this more so like this. I would say to them, give me a colour, red or black. In fact, when I perform this normally, I always start with black when I talk about, because the last name that you mention is the one that most people during the performance will go for. Plus the fact red is easier to say than black, believe it or not. So I normally say to them, give me a colour, black or red. Now, if they say red, you just get them to put their finger. If they give you black, you say black. Okay, as an example, if I start on black, you're going to have red. If I was doing black, I would put my finger on any black card. Okay, and then I'm going to give you directions to move left or right, up or down to another colour card. That's what I want you to do. So put your finger on any red. So can you see you kind of turned it around, that you were saying that the black, you're just demonstrating that. I've never had a problem with anyone questioning that. They start on any red. Let me start over here. They put their finger on here. Now the instructions are quite simple. Okay, I'll put them up on screen as well. When they're on the red card, you ask them the first instruction and you look away. You can walk away for this or put a blindfold on, and you say, I want you to move left or right to the nearest black card. So it's always to the opposite colour. So they're on a red, they're going to look for a black. So the nearest black. Now in this case, there's only one black, okay? So they will move to here. You then say, up or down, I want you to move up or down to the nearest red. So you've gone from black to red. This will be the nearest red. You then ask them to move at a diagonal. to the nearest black. Now this is the good thing, is that they've got a choice now. Here they are on here. They can either move to here or here, so they get a choice. That's good because it enhances the effect. So they will move to any one of these. You then say, for the final move, I want you to move left or right in any direction, left or right to the nearest red. And then they've got no choice. They will always end up on that. If you follow those 4 instructions, then that's it. I will put those 4 instructions again, or you can rewind the video, but I will write them down below in the description, just below this video. They've ended up on here. You gather the cards up saying they could have moved anywhere and ended up here or here or here. Reiterate that. Push those aside, and then when they pull out of their pocket or reveal their chosen card, it matches on there. See if you can come up with a better storyline than I use, but I think it's quite a good little effect. Okay, just remember the layout of the cards and the 4 instructions. Okay, that's all we got for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. Please leave comments below with any of the suggestions of how this could be improved, or maybe some storyline to help out others watching this. Till next time, practice and enjoy.